Did you know over 1.2 million Australian drivers were fined last year for rules they didn't even know existed? And in 2026, the road rules have changed again, and this time it's bigger than ever. From AI cameras catching you at red lights to getting fined for just holding your phone, these new laws are catching drivers off guard and costing them thousands. But here's the real shocker. You could be breaking the law right now without even realizing it. Whether you're a learner, a truck driver, or a weekend road tripper, these 10 major changes will affect everyone behind the wheel. And number 7, it's a total game changer that could rewrite the future of driving in Australia. So buckle up, because by the end of this video, you'll either be road ready or just one mistake away from a massive fine.
Think speed cameras only catch you going too fast? Think again. In 2026, Australia's traffic enforcement just got a massive tech upgrade, and it's watching far more than your speed. Across major cities and highways, new AI-powered cameras are now monitoring driver behavior in real time. That includes checking if you're using your phone, not wearing a seatbelt, eating while driving, or even looking away from the road for too long. And the worst part? These systems are incredibly accurate, capable of snapping high-resolution images that can capture everything inside your car. The fines? Hefty. In some states, just being caught holding your phone, even at a red light, can cost you over $1,000 and 4 demerit points. And no, I wasn't texting won't save you. The cameras don't miss a thing. These new rules are backed by safety data, showing that distracted driving causes nearly 1 in 4 serious crashes. So it's no surprise that authorities are cracking down hard. So what can you do? Start by treating your car like a no-distraction zone. Use voice commands, keep both hands on the wheel, and place your phone out of reach, ideally on Do Not Disturb. Remember, it's not just about avoiding fines, it's about saving lives. These AI cameras are always watching, even when you think no one is, and this is just the beginning. Imagine cruising down a road at 60. Then suddenly a camera flashes and you've just been fined. But wait, you weren't speeding, right? In 2026, Australia's new dynamic speed zones are changing the game and catching thousands of drivers completely off guard. These zones use smart sensors and AI technology to automatically adjust the speed limit based on real-time conditions like weather, traffic flow, school hours, construction, or even nearby accidents. So that same road that's usually 60 kilometers per hour, it could drop to 40 kilometers per hour in wet weather or during peak school pickup times. And if you miss the sign, you're still responsible. The catch? You won't always see a traditional speed sign. Instead, these zones rely on electronic digital signage, and if you're not paying attention, it's easy to miss the change. And yes, AI speed cameras are fully synced with these dynamic zones, so if the limit changes and you don't slow down instantly, your fine is already being processed. Why the change? Government data shows that reducing speed by just 10 kilometers per hour during risky conditions can cut the risk of fatal crashes by up to 40%. It's all about saving lives, not just issuing tickets. How to stay safe? Keep your eyes open for electronic speed signs, especially in areas near schools, tunnels, and construction zones. And when in doubt, slow down. It's better to be safe than fined. In 2026, speed limits can change in seconds, and if you're not paying attention, your wallet's gonna feel it.
Ever sat behind someone hogging the right lane and thought, why aren't they moving over? Well, in 2026, Australia's lane discipline laws just got a serious upgrade, and ignoring them could now cost you hundreds in fines. The message is simple but strict. Keep left unless you're overtaking. And now, it's not just a suggestion, it's actively being enforced with new roadside surveillance and dashcam AI integration. Why the crackdown? Because right lane hogging isn't just annoying, it causes dangerous congestion, sudden braking, and rage incidents. Studies show that better lane discipline reduces crash risk by over 30% on multi-lane roads. And get this,
Even if you're going the speed limit, if you're camped in the right lane without overtaking, you're now considered an obstruction. That means you could be slapped with a fine of over $250, plus demerit points depending on the state. What's changed in 2026? More signage and warnings about lane discipline. Dashcam footage from other drivers is now accepted evidence in many states. Police are targeting highway drivers who linger in the fast lane unnecessarily. How to stay on the right side of the law? It's simple. Use the left lane for cruising. Use the right lane strictly for overtaking, then move back. Be mindful on freeways, highways, and major arterial roads. In 2026, lingering in the fast lane isn't just rude, it's illegal. Drive smart, drive polite, and always keep left unless overtaking. Think you're safe checking your phone at a red light? Think again, because in 2026, that simple glance could cost you over $1,000. Australia's new traffic laws are cracking down hard on mobile phone use, and the rules are stricter than ever before. Now, it's not just about texting while driving. Even holding your phone, touching the screen, or using maps while stationary at a red light is considered a serious offense. Why the tough stance? Because research shows that taking your eyes off the road for just 2 seconds doubles your risk of a crash. And with distracted driving contributing to over 20% of road accidents, authorities are taking zero chances. AI-powered cameras are now watching for more than just speed. They can detect if your hand is even resting on your phone, and they don't miss. These high-resolution systems work day and night, rain or shine. Here's what the law says in 2026. No touching your phone for any reason, not even for music or GPS, unless it's mounted and operated hands-free. No using your phone at traffic lights, even if the car is stopped. No holding your phone on your dashboard, console. What can you do instead? Mount your phone securely if using GPS. Activate Do Not Disturb while driving mode. Use voice commands or vehicle-integrated systems. In 2026, 1 second of distraction could cost you big or worse. So stay focused, stay legal, and keep your hands off the phone while driving.
Zipping around on an e-scooter or e-bike might seem like harmless fun, but in 2026, if you're not following the new traffic rules, you could be in for a nasty fine, or worse, an accident. With the explosion of micromobility across Australian cities, authorities have introduced stricter laws to make roads safer for everyone, including riders, drivers, and pedestrians. Here's what's new in 2026. Riders must wear helmets at all times, no exceptions. E-scooters and e-bikes must now follow bike lane rules when available. Riding on footpaths is banned unless clearly signed. Speed limits apply, typically 25 kilometers an hour and lower in shared zones. No passengers on e-scooters, one rider only. No mobile phone use while riding. And the big one? Riders must obey traffic signals, just like cars and bicycles. Running a red light on an e-scooter is now treated as a full traffic offense. Why the crackdown? Because injuries from e-scooter and e-bike crashes have skyrocketed in recent years, many involving pedestrians or cars. The new rules aim to reduce confusion, keep traffic flowing, and ensure everyone's safety. Fines for breaking these rules? They vary by state, but can range from $150 to over $600, depending on the offense. And yes, police are patrolling, especially in CBD areas and shared paths. Pro tips for staying safe and legal? Use bike lanes when possible. Always wear a helmet. Ride at safe speeds and stay visible with lights and reflectors. In 2026, riding smart isn't just about fun, it's the law. We'd love to hear from you. Which new rule do you think is the most unfair or the most needed? Your comments fuel our next videos, and your one click to subscribe keeps us going after all the effort we put into bringing you this content. Think one drink is safe before driving? Not anymore. In 2026, Australia has tightened its drink driving laws, and for many drivers, the new legal limit is now 0. That's right, Under the updated regulations, certain categories of drivers are now required to maintain a 0.00 blood alcohol concentration, BAC, at all times while behind the wheel. Who does this apply to? Learner drivers, L-platers, provisional drivers, P-platers, commercial drivers, including rideshare, taxi, truck, and bus drivers. And in some states, even repeat offenders now face permanent zero-tolerance restrictions. Why the change? Because government research shows that even low levels of alcohol can impair reaction time, decision-making, and coordination, especially in less experienced or high-responsibility drivers. For commercial drivers, the risk affects multiple lives, not just their own. And enforcement is getting smarter, too. Random breath testing stations are increasing in number and frequency, with some now supported by mobile roadside AI units that flag erratic driving in real time. Penalties for breaking the 0.00 BAC rule? Heavy fines, up to $2,200 in some states, immediate license suspension, potential criminal charges for repeat or high-range offenses. How to stay compliant? If you're in a zero-tolerance group, don't drink at all. Plan ahead. Use a rideshare, taxi, or designated driver. Remember, even just one drink could cost you your license. In 2026, when the limit is 0, there's no room for error. Stay sober, stay sharp, stay on the road.
What if the car next to you had no driver? Sounds like science fiction, right? Well, in 2026, it's quickly becoming reality, and it's rolling out across Australia's busiest roads. The government has officially expanded autonomous vehicle trial zones in major cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Adelaide. These zones now allow Level 3 autonomous vehicles, cars that can drive themselves in certain conditions, but still require a human ready to take over. What does this mean for you as a driver? You may already be sharing the road with cars that are driving themselves, and if you don't know how to behave around them, you could be putting yourself and others at risk. Key changes to look out for in these zones: dedicated signage warning drivers of AV testing zones, new road markings and AV-only lanes in some trial areas, increased monitoring of surrounding driver behavior. Yes, your actions around AVs are being tracked too. Studies show that most accidents involving autonomous vehicles happen because human drivers don't understand how AVs operate, especially when merging, overtaking, or braking suddenly. How to stay safe? Keep a safe following distance behind AVs. Avoid sudden or aggressive maneuvers near them. Watch for signage. Some areas may restrict human-driven vehicles during certain hours. And yes, dash cam and traffic surveillance will be used to enforce compliance in these zones. Autonomous vehicles are no longer the future. They're here, now. Understanding how to share the road with them is no longer optional. It's the new reality of driving in 2026. Think you can get away with not wearing a seatbelt in the back seat? Or quickly unclip before pulling into the driveway? In 2026, Australia's upgraded AI cameras are catching it all, and there are no more second chances. The new seatbelt detection systems now use high-resolution, multi-angle cameras to monitor every passenger in the vehicle, not just the driver. That means whether you're in the front, back, or middle seat, if you're not buckled up, the system sees it, and so does the fine notice. Here's what's changed in 2026. Backseat passengers are now equally liable. Fines apply to each unbelted person, not just the driver. New AI cameras can detect seatbelt use even at low speeds and in poor lighting. Police vehicles now have mobile seatbelt surveillance tech that works while they're driving. Why the upgrade? Because studies show that unbelted passengers in the back seat can become deadly projectiles during a crash, increasing the risk of death for everyone in the vehicle. And the fines? Depending on your state, you could face $300 to $600 per unbelted passenger, plus demerit points for the driver. How to avoid it? Make it a habit. Everyone buckles up before the car moves. Check your passengers. Yes, it's your responsibility too. Be especially cautious with rideshare, taxis, or carpools. The rules apply to all vehicles. In 2026, there are no excuses. Seatbelts save lives, and now the cameras are making sure you never forget.
Think you're giving enough space when overtaking a cyclist? In 2026, if you're not, technology will know, and the fine will find you. Australia has now fully rolled out minimum passing distance laws, and they're being enforced with precision using AI and sensor-based camera systems. These laws are designed to protect vulnerable road users, especially cyclists, from dangerous close passes that often lead to serious injury or worse. Here's what you need to know in 2026. You must leave at least 1 meter of space when overtaking a cyclist in speed zones 60 kilometers an hour or under. In speed zones over 60 kilometers an hour, the gap must be at least 1.5 meters. New AI roadside units and patrol cars now use distance measuring tech to capture and fine vehicles that break this rule. And no, you can't claim you thought it was enough. The measurements are automated, accurate, and reviewed by enforcement teams. Why the change? Cyclists are among the most at-risk road users. Data from Transport Australia shows that giving a safe passing distance reduces crash risk by over 60%, especially on narrow or busy roads. The penalties? Depending on your state, you're looking at fines from $200 to over $500, plus demerit points. And yes, these rules apply whether you're in a city, suburb, or rural area. Tips to stay safe and legal? Always check your mirrors and signal before overtaking. Slow down, wait if necessary, and give extra space when unsure. Treat cyclists like any other vehicle. They have a right to the road. In 2026, a meter really matters, and now the road is watching. Ever shouted at another driver? Tailgated someone out of frustration? In 2026, what used to be dismissed as just road rage is now considered a criminal offense, and it could cost you a lot more than just your temper. Australia has officially introduced tougher penalties for aggressive driving, recognizing it as a major cause of accidents, intimidation, and trauma on the road. What counts as aggressive driving in 2026? Tailgating, brake checking, swerving or cutting someone off deliberately, flashing lights excessively to intimidate, yelling, honking aggressively, or making offensive gestures. And now, with more dashcam footage accepted as legal evidence, it's easier than ever for someone to report you and prove it. Here's what the new penalties look like. Fines up to $3,000, loss of license or mandatory re-education programs. In serious cases, criminal charges and a court appearance. Why the crackdown? According to recent data, road rage incidents have increased by over 35% in the last 3 years, leading to thousands of crashes and assaults. Authorities are now treating it as a threat to public safety, not just bad behavior. How to stay calm and compliant? Take a deep breath and don't engage. If someone else is aggressive, stay in your lane and avoid eye contact. Always report dangerous behavior through proper channels, not with retaliation. In 2026, your emotions behind the wheel could carry legal consequences. Choose calm, choose control, because losing your cool could mean losing your license or worse. Australia's roads in 2026 are no longer what they used to be. With AI watching from above, smart zones adjusting speed limits, and zero tolerance for risky behavior, every driver needs to stay updated to avoid costly mistakes. From tougher drink driving laws to new penalties for road rage, these changes aren't just about stricter rules, they're about saving lives. Whether it's a cyclist, a child in the back seat, or a driver distracted for 2 seconds, every rule now has real-world consequences. The biggest takeaway? Ignorance is no longer an excuse. The law expects every driver to know and adapt or face the penalties. But here's the good news. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the curve.
Most drivers won't know half of what you now do. Still, knowledge alone isn't enough. What matters is how you use it. So let's finish strong. Here are some simple solutions to help you stay compliant, confident, and safe on Australia's changing roads. 1. Stay updated, always. Make it a habit to check your state's road authority website monthly. Laws can change fast, especially with trial zones and AI rollouts. 2. Use technology to your advantage. Install a legal phone mount, activate Do Not Disturb while driving, and use voice commands. These small upgrades can prevent major fines. 3. Stick to smart driving habits. Always keep left unless overtaking. Slow down in school zones, wet weather, and construction areas. Double-check speed signs, especially digital ones. Watch for new symbols that may signal AV zones or cyclist safety areas. 4. Educate your passengers. Whether you're a parent, rideshare driver, or friend behind the wheel, ensure everyone wears a seatbelt. You're responsible for their safety and compliance. 5. Keep your emotions in check. If someone cuts you off or drives poorly, don't react aggressively. Instead, take a breath and keep driving calmly. It's safer, smarter, and now legally expected. 6. Report and learn. Use dash cams to document, not intimidate. And if you're unsure about a new rule, look it up. Even a 5-minute search could save you a license suspension. Australia's roads are getting smarter. Now it's your turn to drive smarter too. Stay aware, stay alert, and above all, stay safe. Now it's your turn. Which of these new rules shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. And if you found this helpful, check out our last video on the top road rules Aussies still break without knowing. Support us with a quick subscribe. It's just one click, but it means the world to us after all the work we put into making these videos.